What are you burning down there?
Paging Eric, please report back to the facilities. You left the seat up again. Thank you. Big Joe, you have a phone call from Time Magazine on line 1. Again, Big Joe, Time Magazine, line 1. Paging Walter. Paging Walter. Your shorts have returned back from dry cleaning. Please retrieve them from the front desk. Thank you.
Oh, what's up, everyone? What's up,
everybody?
What's up, Big Joe?
What's up?
You been okay? Because it's been a little bit of time since you've been on the main screen, the big screen.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I noticed it. Yeah. Yeah. I've been stopped, questioned,
Yeah.
and didn't have an answer
No.
because I thought that if there was a reason, like, I don't know, Brush is going to Hawaii on a slow boat, that
Slow boat.
it would be discussed and not just like banished from the streams.
That's true.
That's what I thought.
That's true. It's been
About a year and a half.
a couple year and a half. It's been a couple months because we had some expos in there.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Then,
No, you've been busy.
And yeah, we just had a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, and then we got back into the swing of things.
So how was the expo in New York?
So in New York City, that was
Yep.
the Javits Center. That was the IBS International Beauty
Right.
Show. That's a 3-day show. Typically,
Right.
they're 2 days.
Mhm.
That one's big, expensive. You have all the union fees and everything like that. So we're gonna look at that. May go out to Chicago next month to go. There's a big one out
Chicago's a
there.
great city.
Yeah, never been.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna go check. There's a big show out there that we may try next year instead. But no, that IBS was great. A lot of return customers, wholesale accounts, and a few more jumped on board. But no, overall, great fun. New York City is always fun.
But now they add that third day because of they bring in students, right?
Yeah,
So
third
they-
day is primarily.
education.
Yeah, it's a shorter day and a lot more students come in on that
Okay.
third day. But tons of classes. It's massive though. It's a lot more. It's the hair and beauty side of it, but there's a whole nother expo room
Okay.
that's like just skin and nails and
Yeah,
massage.
I've never
like
been in the
spa
Javits
stuff.
Center.
Yeah,
I've never been in Madison Square Garden either.
Oh, really?
No, I'd love to take
I went to
a game
Madison
down there.
Square
or
Garden
something.
to see Pantera, Lamb of God, and that was only a couple years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
went with Sean Mazel. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was a great show.
Wu-Tang's coming to
Yeah, I
Hartford
know,
this
but
summer.
I seen like every single time they said it's their last tour.
That's
and it's like their
that's like Deep Purple.
Well, it's
7
Motley
years now.
Crue too. Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. The farewell tour. Well,
Yeah.
they did that like 12 times, you know. So, but no, I guess you got to grab that last money grab or something like
Well,
that.
yeah,
but, you know.
Yeah.
but-
Well, new generation.
That's
Gotta-
Yeah, but welcome, guys. It's been a while since we've been on screen, like Big Joe and I were
Yep.
just discussing. A lot going on. This is the third every quarter, every 3 months or so.
Yeah.
Ask Holly stream where we get geeky, nerded out about everything beer care, what goes on behind the scenes here. If you guys have questions, please ask them. We'll highlight them. The people that submitted their questions through like social media, email, and everything like that. We'll cover those first, but then we'll have a whole segment afterwards. We'll highlight all the ones and then get back to all the questions that you asked. So feel free, please. This stream, Big Joke even attest to it that it's a very informational.
Yeah.
We'll bring on Holly here in a second. I know she's chomping at the bits to get some screen time. But the knowledge and especially in the technical aspect is next level. She's a huge part of the team behind the scenes here at Beard Octane. Obviously, she had her own company, Whiskey Hardtack, before she came over. Just a wealth of knowledge of the industry, the regulations. She's that big thorn in my side that, yeah.
Necessary thorn.
Yes. Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
She's we were just talking about before the stream about some stuff, and it's the not the voice of reason, the voice of Holly's. It's reality. She doesn't sugarcoat it. It's probably not going to be what you want to hear, but it's the right thing you need to hear.
Yeah.
So with that,
Sort of like a new awesome dad.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just exactly. So let's we'll get Holly on here.
You don't want to hear this show alone, kid.
We'll get the stream rolling, guys. We'll have plenty of time for banter in there, but we'll get Holly on for the reason why you guys are here. So with that, let's bring on Miss Holly. Hi, Holly.
I'm
Well-
only here for Big Joe. Sorry.
Well,
Wow.
that's only Big Joe's here for Big Joe.
Well,
I only agreed because Big Joe was going to be on.
Well, I got nervous because the other day a letter came and I didn't know if it was assigned to the HR department, so I know if it was his resignation letter or if he was,
Did he
partner
put
with-
enough postage on it?
Oh yeah, no,
Well,
he
what's
actually,
that?
oh yeah, no, he actually mailed it. It wasn't like a gimmick where he
Wait a
left
minute,
it-
hold on. See, everybody out there thinks that I'm here to goof around.
Oh no, that
that-
was probably the most professional.
That I mean, okay. So, Joe.
I mean, technically, for documentation purposes, he's right.
Exactly. So, who better to trust in the U.S. mail than just throwing it on his desk there? If you see that, and then where's my dad at? Well, he gave you a letter 3 weeks ago.
It's just a doctor's note because Big Joe's got knee surgery.
Well,
in
I got a
April
phone
coming up,
call from the doctor today.
How do you reschedule?
Well, they wanted to reschedule, but that was they wanted it soon. They wanted to know if I could go in sooner, but no.
Wow. Okay.
People,
I said that's a first.
yeah. People
something
are
like that.
calling,
Hello, Michael Ryder.
and they're upset. They told me to tell the Army that no, there are no reserved seats in a waiting room after
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah.
That if you happen to be there, then okay, but you can't like reserve a seat
Huh.
because there's other surgeries going around.
You were special. You really are.
Woo!
Got the call.
You really are special.
And he said that so dry too.
Oh yeah. It's-
You have
That
no
was
idea.
best.
my word. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yes, Howie, we can jump right into it. You know,
Oh
people-
no.
there's
Don't
lots
we have
of
stuff to
questions
talk
out
about before
there.
this?
You know,
I do
looking
like
for-
how you said the third annual because I'm totally fine if you just want to
Yeah, I thought about that. I
these.
caught myself, and I was like, yeah, "No, she's not."
What is every 6 months? By
You could say bi-yearly, you could
Well,
say
we
biannually.
try to do the
Okay,
Ask
by-
Howie quarterly. That's what every 2
Yeah.
months. That's what we try
yeah,
doing. The Ask Howie.
yeah.
That's a lot to ask of her.
It's
I
a
know.
lot.
For how much she loves it.
I love this so much. No, it's not that I don't like talking to everybody. It's just, there's a lot going on.
There is. We got a few things going on, but all right, just a couple things, guys. Ask Howie code. What's
Well,
up?
that's why I'm here, so I can hear what's going on. Nobody tells me nothing. I just come there. I just come in this ship, and there's notes. Nobody says anything. Just notes.
What are the notes for, Big Joe?
Don't forget the pump. Don't forget the pump.
Don't forget the pump.
Those stupid pumps.
We'll get to that.
We'll talk that.
But all right, guys, tonight till midnight, the Ask Howie code saves you an extra 10% off your entire order. Right now, our Easter sale is live, where it's 15% off all beard oils, balms, and butters. That goes through Sunday at midnight. Howie?
Yes,
Correct me if I'm wrong?
midnight Pacific.
So take advantage of that. So with that 50% in the Ask Howie code, you're going to save a total of 25% off your beard oils and balms and butters.
But if you have beard bucks, saved up, it's a really good time to use them.
That as well. So, and Howie we kind of revamped and kind of upgraded our beard bucks program.
Did we do it? Did we do a slide for that?
No,
Hmm.
no, but we can dive into that if anyone has any
Yeah.
questions. But if you guys haven't, make sure you like and subscribe. That way you guys can talk in the chat. It doesn't cost you anything. It goes a long way to support us. It's completely free. Yeah, just do it, please. Tonight, insane giveaways. You know how Beard Octane does. You must be present to win. If you do win, we just ask that you reach out to probably Mo at support@beardoctane.com, government name and the good shipping address, and we'll get it right out to you guys. So, like I said, that's why we pay for
This
graphics.
is my most favorite part of this job.
They come up with these high-end graphics that nobody can consult me with.
Mm.
So, like I said, 15% off all beard oils, butters, and balms. Who would have thought starting a beard company enterprise, whatever, would have led to me being in a bunny suit? So
Plus the 10.
plus a
beard
10
bucks.
beard
Yep.
bucks. So yeah, definitely take advantage of it, guys. So with that, everything here you agree by being here is an NDA. We go over some technical
My
stuff.
poor cat. My
This is how
cat
it's-
did not sign a release for this.
Well, he's just enforcing it. He's not here to talk. He's here to just enforce. So everything that you hear here, guys, is confidential. You cannot share it with anyone. So enjoy. Holly wants to know, what do you have in beard tonight, Big Joe?
America.
America.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, with America. Yeah, I haven't used it in a while. And actually, did the wash this morning.
Yep.
We ran some errands. I went au naturel
Ooh.
today.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
you want a whole free bird.
Then you're right. Then before I came, then the
Yep.
oil and butter.
Yep. Myself, I have onyx oil and butter, and the onyx oil. Actually, I have 2 oil bottles, and they're both decision. If I'm gonna re-up on the onyx, or if I'm gonna go to Grizzly, or switch it up.
Yeah, my America, the dropper doesn't pick up anymore. So I got
So I'm right in the corner there. So I probably got a couple more days left. Yeah, Charles got onyx in there. Yeah, you gotta get some more Beard Octane tonight. Tonight.
Yeah, but I hadn't used America in a while, and when it hit my nose,
no, it grabs you.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
yeah, let us know, guys.
It's nice to use a product if you haven't used it in a while, and the smell sort of comes back to you fresh, and you're like, oh man, that's why I love this. Yeah.
Now, see, okay, so you mentioned that you're just about out of, so you open a bottle and then you stay with it?
For the most part, just because the clutter.
So you don't just dance around a cabinet.
It depends. So
I
like
dance
under the cabinet, it depends if it's now it's getting warm out, so I will. Also,
Yeah, because but Holly's right, because I have MV America Onyx. What else I have? Texas Tea. So I have 3 or 4 open bottles right now, and it's just really nice to Texas Tea for a couple of days, all of a sudden Onyx, and a couple of days in America. Yeah, I like that.
Mating Ritual. We got Courage is in there. Big Joe oil.
Oh, Courage.
Courage. Yeah. All right, Holly. Let's turn it over to you. Why don't you
couple big Joe oils?
I know that we've been getting a lot of.
My husband took the Big Joe oil and went off of it. He loves it. So
yeah. Oh, we got questions tonight. We got questions.
And guys, like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you guys have questions for Holly, the team, throw them out there.
I was gonna say I saw some go by, but
I'm gonna try to highlight them. So if we do, if I miss it by chance, just let us know. And I'll highlight them as we go.
Downshift.
So
that's an old one. Wow.
Yeah. So Holly, let us know what do you do here at Beard Octane?
Well, that's a really good question. I don't actually even know.
Yeah.
I think
since
I've said this before, is like, what am I not doing? I'm not there stirring the product. I'm not there putting it together. I'm not there shipping, or else I'd be hanging out with Big Joe like every Monday.
Yeah.
But I do work. I'm basically Joe's right hand. And like, if you imagine like there's a little devil and a little angel on his shoulder, I'm the little devil that beat up the little angel, and then I'm just yelling at him constantly. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Fair assessment.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
That's a nice
strategy, compliance, formulation, financials. I mean, all the marketing plans,
all the fun stuff that you guys do not.
Woo!
You get to see all the this massive, super clean warehouse behind us, this laboratory facility that was built just for Holly over there. There's a lot of the nitty gritty, like behind the scenes of, I think on Sunday we're on a video call for 5.5 hours.
It was forever.
But just because we haven't had a chance to jump on
because you had basically the back-to-back shows. I know there were like a couple weeks in between, but it essentially, with all the prep that goes into one of those shows, it's a back-to-back show.
Yeah. So
we didn't have a chance to catch up.
Yeah. So it's just stuff like that. And it's just going over, all right, this topic. Topic,
move on to the next thing. All right, how do we handle this?
Yeah, but see, I was really surprised that once you go into
slide over a little bit.
Okay. You decided to do 2 shows. You're not the biggest company.
No,
but what it takes to do 2 shows, the product you have to have for each, and
especially like the overlapping
but even
shows.
your setup. If you like the monitor system, you need 2 of them. You need your stands and everything, the crates. Just
well, we're running into, I would say, that issue, but just that this past year with doing in some of the shows, if it's not the same show where they can get the product and everything from that location to the very next one, like in May we have Orlando premiere, which is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest,
Yeah,
like
it's the biggest.
beauty expo in the United States.
Yep.
And that's a massive show for us. The very next weekend in Connecticut is the biggest barber expo probably in the world. That's right in Mohegan Sun.
They are as back to back as you can get.
And it's literally
Right.
like we get done with the show Monday night in Orlando, and then we have to start setting up for the very. So it's this. I have a totally different setup going to Orlando, and I have a new setup that's coming to CT. That, yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, what does
But-
I mean? So just that.
Yeah, I mean, super
You
stuff.
know.
You hope if you remember to pack the card readers,
Right.
To
Yeah, like
I mean,
everything.
it's
You
literal
got to
stuff.
check it and check it twice, and then you got to check a bag to bring the stuff that you forgot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And guys, I see your questions, and I'm starting them, so trust me. We'll get to them. All right, let's get this going so we get to the questions. But kind of more for Holly.
Oh boy,
Topic to cover. What is this that we hear about?
what word is that?
Reformulation. I had to make
Okay,
it.
obviously, I have just a disclaimer for everyone. I have not seen these slides ahead of
Oh
time.
no, I did this on purpose.
Joe did not share them with me.
Oh no, it's not. It's the point.
I think on purpose
Yes.
because he wants to make me as uncomfortable as possible.
Oh, don't worry.
So yes, reformulation, or whatever you called that. So I think by now everyone has caught up, and if you haven't, well then congratulations, you're about to find out. So we worked on reformulating the oil. So there's a brand new blend. I think everything on the shelf in the oil, with the exception of like a handful of mating ritual, has already moved over to the new blend. But we had lots of discussions back and forth because, as many of you who are in here know, we do an annual customer survey. We keep track of customer feedback that comes in over the course of the year as well, with our customer service ticket system. And one of the biggest things, or actually two of the biggest things we heard from real actual customers were the small but loud number of men who have fractionated coconut oil sensitivity. I wouldn't call it an allergy so much as after a while, it reacts with the skin and smells, for lack of a better term, like wet dog. It has nothing to do with the quality of the oil. Believe me, our supply chain is on lock. We're good. We get all kinds of documentation, testing results, third-party testing, everything we get. That is a supply chain must. So it wasn't anything to do with the quality of the oil so much as it was just the oil type and how that reacts for some men. And
fresh.
we've heard that kind of over the
More
years.
expensive ingredients.
Say again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Fresh coconut oil is one of the more expensive ingredients as well.
Oh yeah, no, coconut oil.
People think, oh, it's just a poor quality. No,
People were like, oh, coconut oil is so cheap. No,
No.
it is not.
Nope.
And so, we were looking at this and we were like, we also have the problem of the second piece. Again, a small but loud number of people who said, well, I can't use it because of tree nuts. I have a family member, a significant other, a child, myself, that is allergic to sweet almond oil. And they would always ask, well, oh, I see you got tree nut in there. I can't really use it. And I was like, well, we've got these two pieces of feedback. And while it's not everybody, obviously, it's a significant enough percentage that I think we need to look into adjusting our blend so that we can reach more people and not have these types of, side effects, if you will, or allergy concerns. And so we started that conversation. I think the first time we really started in depth was it 2024?
We kind of, I say, saw the way things were going, but just we were in talks
over a year.
a while because especially with like the treatment allergies and stuff like that, we wanted to say
right. And we dabbled in a couple things, and then we were like, let's
shelved it.
Let's table this for a little while, and then maybe we revisit it. and we talked through, we did a lot of evaluation on paper before we started doing the trial runs. And then we aggressively started it back up right around, I think it was December, not of last year, but the year before, December 2024.
Yeah.
And in January, we started making some of the first blends to try out. And we dabbled in it a little bit. We did a couple different takes on it. We had a group of testers, some in the barbershop world, some, in the consumer world, long timers, and of course everybody at the shop. And we messed with it, and in the summer of 2025, we really kind of dialed into, like, I think it was like 6 final blends. But you have to understand the amount of formulation that went into this. And I think what was surprising for the testers who were testing these different versions are we settled on what we liked from a fatty acid profile perspective. And we then just kind of played within the ratios of what we wanted to dial in. And I think what was so surprising for a lot of the testers was how different the same oils could be when you change the ratios here and there. And sometimes only in a matter of a couple percentage points, some a little bit more, some less. But I think that was something that really kind of stuck with people, is like, wow, these are all the same oils. They're just combined differently. And I've got a different experience. And, I think that was eye-opening for several of the folks in the test group. And we kind of split the difference because we had, everybody's beard is different. Everybody's got their personal preferences. Everybody's kind of got, biases, but we didn't tell anybody what was different about each one. We just said, here are the numbers. It was a blind test. And that was kind of fun to see how, like, people reacted to different ones. And we dial it in, and we found a happy medium that, like, everybody was like, yeah, no, that's a good one. That's good. There were some people who liked, like, one better than another, but you're always going to have that. And then we started working on, okay, how do we bring this to market? We already have a product. We already have stuff in stores. We already have stuff on the shelves. We're going into fourth quarter. There was a lot of what they call parallel work, where we were working on one end to kind of bring our stock up to then start production. And I know this probably is going to fall into some of the questions that people have later, or potentially in the next couple slides, maybe. But we had to start that in October of last year, getting everything in stock, getting all of the plans written out for how we do the transitions, because we had to shut down all of our production in order to completely sanitize, clean. Not that we don't do that anyway, but, like, we had to change the lines. We had to run through different kinds of cleaners because of the tree nut issues. And we had to just tear down basically all of the machines and rebuild them, which was during fourth quarter, which is some of the busiest time of the year.
Yeah.
We were all pretty stressed. And I really have to shout out to the team because, on my end, just trying to get things delivered there on time and making sure that we've got certifications on time and, planning all this out while still doing all the marketing for fourth quarter and still planning a lot of the financials. And then the team that actually has to work on the floor to do it, Eric and Courtney and Walt and everybody. And I guess Joe, it's a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And I believe we started production on those completely brand new rebuilt machines and all the new ingredients middle of December. And that is what launched January 1st. And again, we sold down some inventory moved over. There's just so much that goes into it. So everybody's like, oh, you changed your blend. You have to understand that this machine does not stop and start on a dime. There's a lot of work that goes into something of that magnitude. Nobody really can see. I mean, we had to do all brand new documentation, like SDS sheets, COAs. Like, we had to do everything back from scratch. And it's just a lot. And some of it is busy work, but it's necessary busy work. So, you know, I joked a minute ago, like, what don't I do? Well, there's a lot. There's a lot that I help with. I shepherd some of the stuff I am in charge of. So anyway, so that's a reformulation. It's a great blend. It should be much easier for more people to use. I think personally it might be slightly thicker in the viscosity. It's still a thinner viscosity, but it's not as thin as we had before. I will say that people who aren't like connoisseurs, you know, are probably not noticing. But those of you who, you know, are connoisseurs, especially members of the community, you're going to notice the difference. But hopefully it is a good noticing. We wanted something that absorbed, still made your beard feel soft, and of course smell great. So that is the.
I think that covered it.
Yeah, I was going to say that is as detailed as I could possibly get, but I figured I'd just kind of go through it and burn up my time.
Might as well get geekier. What about the supplements?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Again, there was feedback from folks about, hey, you've got collagen, but you've also got biotin, but you've also got beard fuel that has a little bit of biotin in it. And, you know, how am I supposed to take all these supplements? You know, am I supposed to take them all at once? Am I supposed to space them out? And we realized there was a lot of confusion for the general public, basically, to buy this. And we were like, how can we do this to streamline it so it is less confusing, but also is still a high quality supplement? And can we combine the collagen and biotin in it? And we worked with an FDA lab. Obviously, we're not making that in our workshop. We work specifically with a lab. Yeah. We work specifically with a lab, and we were able to do it with collagen that was 100% bovine sourced. So there were no shellfish allergy concerns from it. Nothing from chicken, nothing from shellfish, no marine sources. It was all good old cow, which also helped because Eric in our crew has a shellfish allergy. So he could not take our collagen as it was. So we were like, let's make it less confusing. Let's, not that they weren't high quality before, but let's amp it up. Let's like really amp it up and make it a one and done kind of supplement. So that's why we did that as well. So man, what is with us in reformulation this quarter?
Yeah. Vado just wrote, he had a quick question asking about the stuff that we have on Amazon. If look at the ingredients, everything is up to date in regards to.
I will say Amazon sometimes does not show the most up to date information.
Yeah.
For those things, and not everybody knows the difference, but for those things that are fulfilled by us, but sold through Amazon, it is new. If it's on Prime, there's a potential you're going to get something from a warehouse that was not fully transitioned over. So just please know that we've sent new stock to them, but they still have stock in inventory depending on what warehouse you are. And we can't tell the difference. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the older stock. Older is, we make things so fresh and keep things going that older is not very old.
Yeah.
So just know that if it's on Prime, it might not be the most recent.
Sure. Awesome. All right, guys, let's do a giveaway.
Oh, really?
Ask Holly action figure.
What?
Infinite Answers mode always has an answer for everything, even when it's absolutely incorrect. Behind the scenes vision instantly detects problems nobody else knew existed. Inventory telepathy can sense missing products from several states away. It's got a really great 5-star reviews on there, guys. But no,
you're a terrible person.
Let's do a sample pack giveaway. I got one.
Oh yeah, these sample packs are so cool.
Yeah, and that was actually part of. So all the sample packs are part of like I can't even talk to it. Reformulating the oil blend for the sample packs. That is in the entirely new blend. Like the ketchup packets, the tear packets, just tear away. Good for 2 uses or so, but once you tear it open, just be careful you don't spill it. But all the sense
you can fold it down and put a little paper clip on it.
Yeah, so awesome, super easy to use. So,
and this was the way that we found that was going to be easiest to get everybody, all of our scents in a sampler pack. There's one exception. America's not in there because the machine ate the roll of film.
That was almost a bad day for the machine. So
Yeah, the machine almost had an Office Space moment. So
yeah. So, but yeah. So when we give away sample pack, guys, if you can pull this up. In the chat, go ahead and type hashtag sample pack, and we'll get that picked out here, and then we'll get into the questions. So, and I've been starting all the ones you guys have been asking, so we'll get to that towards the end, guys. What do you got there?
hey, and if you don't want a sample pack for yourself, you can always gift it to a friend.
Now,
Absolutely.
all except for America, so there's 12 cents in there. Yep, 13 cents, right?
Yeah, 12, right?
You have 12
13.
cents.
Well, there's neutral in there too.
Neutral in there
Oh,
as
this
well.
was there. Okay.
So, what do you got?
No, so what issues did you have with the machine?
Don't change the subject. What do you have?
No, what issues did you have with
I was
the
gonna say, what is he got?
What
I can
day?
hear it.
machine? What day did you have? What day did you have an issue
Is
with
he
the
eating a sandwich? What is he
Oh, I
doing?
thought it was a sandwich, but he has a bowl full of.
machine? No, it's the sample packs.
It's a bowl full of samples.
You have a sample pack with ketchup, and you spilled it on yourself. You dope. He's put ketchup. He's putting
No,
ketchup.
the other day
He's-
I thought it when you said sample packs, I thought you were
He
going.
brought a sandwich.
I thought you were going
Oh,
to.
it's a hot dog. What's it?
I thought you were going to Octane condiments,
Oh my goodness.
and I think what
You're an
messed-
idiot. So you
No, you know what?
hopefully these
This
are
is-
brand new.
People
No,
are
you know
like,
what-
hey,
you
Holly,
know
why don't you want to be live all the
No, you-
time?
you know
It's
why
because
America-
we're eating
okay.
hot dogs. That's what we're doing now.
I had a tough time getting onions in this, and I think I jammed the machine.
Well, I guess.
Will it originally?
I don't think so.
That's a hot dog.
I don't know.
I just wanted to assure anybody watching,
old hot
especially on the
dog goes in
replay,
All right here.
there's no condiments in the sample pack.
There's no ketchup or mustard
You
packets.
might want to put on there. Don't do this at home.
Don't
Yeah,
be an
that's
You might want to put this.
that's probably a good disclaimer. I can't
But you
believe
said it's
this.
like the ketchup packs before, so I
I
said,
did. That was
"Let me try,"
That was a good segue.
and it worked out, except for the onions.
We should probably pick the winner.
Oh my god, you're special.
Well,
You got your spilling stuff all over yourself.
it's good though.
That's good though. Manny P. Congrats, Manny. Manny,
Sample pack and half a hot
reach
dog.
out to support at beardoctane.com with your government name and a good shipping address, and we'll get that right out to you. Congrats to you. Big Ben, what is up, buddy?
Mr. Dover.
All right, let's remove that. I'll get my next one.
Okay, well, I have a
storage.
question.
What's that, Big Joe?
So from the drams, no,
I'm just laughing.
no, the thinking behind, the thinking in the process behind a dram sample to the packet sample. You know why?
Hey, well, cost is a big part of
Okay,
it.
glass,
Labor cost is a big part of it.
Labor
Yeah.
cost is just, I mean, just all around, especially with
but also but
everything
glass
going on.
versus
Glass, box,
pouch.
everything. That's labor. Because with that, you have to actually manually stand there with the
Yeah,
semi-automatic.
the labor on the drams is
You have
Yeah.
to fill each individual
Yeah.
bottle.
Well, you knew it was dram day when Eric went in a. Oh, you know, you knew.
oh he was and I don't blame him. Having filled those myself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first started, they worked out. And plus, even from the website to the shipping department side of it, where somebody places an order and they custom pick their scents, and you got to sit there and
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, you got to sit there and pick
Scents
them
and
and put them in the box, and
just from that standpoint.
And every Big Joe dram box was in order as it was written.
was completely empty.
One time it was. Once.
Actually, the empty Advent box lives in infamy. It is the
You know
most.
what? And that and
But that didn't happen this year.
no, but on that one there, somehow that got into the stack 'em because I'm shipping. I'm shipping.
We made sure that didn't happen this year.
Well, let's jump into the questions. And again, guys, if you guys have questions, I got a bunch already starred. We'll get to
Yeah,
them.
it's easier if you put the Q or like the little
Actually,
question mark.
it does automatically. If they put a question mark on it, it automatically gives you an
Oh
icon.
yeah, because that's easier to see.
Yeah. So, yeah, like Eric said, tedious AF to fill those
Yes.
dram bottles by hand. So,
And then labeling them. Oh,
yeah, we had to hand
Oof.
label them. So, just a lot of
because they wouldn't go on any machine.
nope, too small. So,
Well, the onions don't go in a new machine.
apparently not.
Apparently not.
I should have told you before we put that American.
I thought you brought like soup and a breadstick, but no,
he brought an actual hot dog. I think
and
that's
you
the
had
first.
mustard and ketchup in a sample packet.
I
Hey,
bet you it
hey,
just smells
girl,
like
hey.
hot dog there.
Mrs. Zapp in the building.
Actually, it's a pretty good hot dog.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Well, I'm kind of hungry and I haven't had dinner yet,
Yeah.
but thanks.
I was like, yeah, thanks for making. Did you bring any for the rest of us, Big
Sorry,
Joe?
Hot dogs last night.
How about the whole class? Did you bring everything for everybody?
I know.
A sample package for everybody.
You got tater tots in your pocket?
Oh, no, long.
Like take
Once in a blue moon.
kick his
tater
thigh.
tots, Yeah.
Oh, tater
Donald
tots.
Long's comment.
I kept it warm in his pocket. You excited to see me? No, it's my hot dog.
Yeah.
No, I brought a hot dog. I have a snack.
In the paper mill, you should keep our lunch
Oh yeah, you keep
in the
it right-
morning on a steam
Yeah, I
pipes.
could think that.
On
Heat
a
it
steam
right up.
pipes, you go back to
Yeah,
it.
keep it warm.
Yep.
All right, Howie. We got questions.
Woo.
Theo wants to know what actually goes into making a single bottle of beard oil from start to finish.
Well, I talked ad nauseum about
Yeah.
the reformulation. So let's just talk about bringing Onyx to life as its own thing. We had to decide on the visual, what we were packaging it in, making sure it got sourced, because everything is like, okay, we want to launch on January 1st. What are all the things we have to do leading up to that to make sure that everything is sitting on the shelf, ready to go, ready to be fulfilled as of Jan 1. So that started again in October, where we had to design the labels, because it was in the Onyx box that we had for the 7th anniversary, which was just fire in general. But then we had to go, okay, we're bringing it to the lineup. Then we need beard oil boxes and we need bomb boxes, and which tins are we going to use for Onyx. And we had to make creative choices. Like that's why it's all blacked out. We had to source, different color droppers for that. We made a strategic choice about the color of the bottle, because it's easier to streamline it if it's from the existing bottle stock. That's why the one that's in the set is a black bottle, frosted black bottle, and the one that is sold on the site now is our regular amber. But it's, we've got several weeks because we got to go through design review, making sure everything's good, getting the UPC code, making all the SDS sheets, setting up all the products in Shopify and then streaming them down into our inventory system. Again, making sure everything maps up from this and that perspective, creating all the formulations in our manufacturing system, making sure everything talks from point A to point B, actually making it, filling it, actually taking and making the batch, and then, doing all the labeling and manufacturing and tracking for the batch. And then you've got to run it through the machine, and then it comes out the machine. Thank goodness we have that labeler, because that is the best. There's also a little scanner that it goes across that puts the batch number on the bottom. It's usually in yellow, but I think sometimes we have white ink now, I think, as it is. And then, hoping that we get the boxes in time so that we can load it all up, sealing the boxes, getting all the marketing images done. Yeah, it's weeks. For a new launch, you're talking roughly about 12 weeks from conception, all from sourcing all the way to when it actually shows up on the shelves.
Yep.
Yes, I'm sorry, SDS. It's a material safety data sheet. And especially if you sell on Amazon, you need to have those on file so that they know you're not selling something hazardous.
Correct.
Well, I was going to say, I think I just answered that. It's everything you don't see.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
basically, I think the most stressful part about that is when there are shortages, raw material shortages.
When it's stuff that's
Um,
outside of our control.
Yeah, something is completely, there was an import limit at one point on mango butter, and we had to wait 6
What is
weeks
that?
for a delivery. Yeah, we needed to start last year for that, Ben. So yeah, what's the basic? Okay, this is a different one. This isn't about production. So what's the biggest misconception about beard growth products? That you're going to grow hair where you cannot naturally grow hair.
Yep.
It's if you don't have the follicles, it's not going to make follicles appear.
Yep.
With and this is with any kind of hair growth product, even minoxidil, and what's the other, Propecia, or I can't remember all the names of them, but if you don't already have the follicle, it's not going to just miraculously grow anything. So you need to have the structure there to do it. Will they help the hair that's there? Will they enhance, your growing of that hair, the hair that you do have and the follicles you do have? Yeah. But it's not. The biggest misconception is people think it's going to miraculously make, hair sprout where it
We get
isn't.
asked that all the time at the expos. Somebody will walk by with, just no, they can't. They just don't have the genetics to grow a beard, and they ask, "Is it going to make my beard grow?" And
we'll fill in this spot.
if you don't have even with the supplements, everything like that, if you don't have hair, it's not going to create brand new hair follicles to.
One of my brothers just cannot grow a beard. He's just it's patchy everywhere. He just cannot grow it. And then another one of my brothers, full beard.
Yeah.
If
it could create new hair, I would head full of hair sitting on a boat
exactly.
somewhere. That's what I tell people.
Joe would have luscious locks.
Oh, I just have a fan going the whole time, so it just blows in the wind. All right, let's jump to the next one. Why doesn't Beard Octane outsource production? This is from Devin G. Wouldn't it save you time and money as a company? Time, absolutely.
No, I actually not.
No, not. That's true.
It wouldn't save us time either. There's a multi-factor here, and one of the ones that I think is the most core is that we are control enthusiasts. We don't like to say that we are control freaks. We are control enthusiasts. We want to make sure and not take somebody else's word for it that it is what it needs to be, as good as it can be. And, a lot of people who outsource production, I don't think they fully grasp the minimums that are required. We're talking 50,000 units. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I think we do like 1,000 units of something, but we're not doing 50,000 units of something. So, and that's part of the reason why we know our stuff is as fresh as it can be, because we're making it and we're still small batch, even at the number I just quoted.
Yeah.
It's not a micro batch, but we're still a small batch. It lets us know that the care that we take in the product is it's important to us, and outsourcing that production wouldn't make sense.
I mean, if at this point, by keeping it in-house, I mean, obviously the size of batch, but I think you can also get, what are you in this for? You know what I mean? Did you?
I think also,
hey, I'm gonna do beard oil products. I'm gonna make it so big so that I can sell it and just get to somebody else.
Oh no, I mean, and there's nothing wrong.
I guess
there's nothing wrong with that. There's just a
right.
different, business take. If that's what you want to do, is create something and sell it and make a profit. From it.
And that's not a diss on anybody who's doing that.
No,
that's
right. No,
that's not who we are. That's not what the brand stands for.
Stubborn to do that, but also it's creating jobs for our family. That's a big part of it too, is just be able to create work for your family off of something that you're doing yourself in-house. And there's a pride thing with that. And just, it could be a future for our kids and, stuff like that. So it's, there's a lot of that riding on it too. It's not.
And when we say we don't outsource production, obviously the supplements are an exception to that.
Yeah.
We're not a registered, pharmaceutical lab. That's not our jam. Hey, future expansion plans, I don't know, but that's one where we were like, that makes more sense to work with those people who have that competency. and those certifications and all that insurance. So
Yep. And that, I mean, it also kind of ties into, we get asked all the time, are you going to be in like big box stores and stuff like that? I have zero interest whatsoever because you have to essentially almost work with a co-packer to make those things, and it's going to lower the quality that we're known for to meet those mass minimums that they're going to require.
And they want the absolute lowest price, and they are aggressive about it because they're the 800-pound gorilla, and we aren't. So,
well, you're going to lose all control.
Yeah. Again, see the control enthusists. Yeah.
You just basically become
but it's your like you're saying, it's your baby, it's your child, and you're going to nurture it and help it grow and be able to speak about the facts of the product and what goes into it. And when you give that up, I don't want to sound harsh or mean to other companies that have done this. You could actually, what are you talking about? You don't really know what could be behind the scene. You know what I mean? Did they change this one? Okay, well, we're just going to tweak it this way here. We're going to make a couple more pennies. I think it's the whole control issue myself.
Yeah, and I've seen other brands, I'm obviously not going to name names, that have been bought out by venture capitalists, and they don't know the brand, they don't know the product, they don't know the consumer. They're just there because they see a business opportunity, and they make tons of mistakes because they're not positioned correctly for the market.
I think they miss out on that core community of what made that company what it was before.
Exactly.
And they lose that vision, and you can see, I would say, the decline, but they miss that mark. So it's but
and also too, if you get a wrong product, okay, you don't get a magnet with "I'm sorry" signed Big Joe.
That's true.
You don't.
If someone forgets half your order,
that's true.
It's those little details.
It's little details
that if you wouldn't have to do if you pay attention to little details in the beginning. Okay, I set myself up on that one.
Oh man! All right, let's jump on to this next one. Kit 2 Racing. Who is the most high maintenance person at Beard Octane?
Ooh,
I'm pretty easy going.
It was really close, I think, between Walt and Big Joe, but I think Big Joe edges him out because of the security detail we have to hire for whenever he steps foot outside of the building. It's the Big Joe army is legend. I mean, I don't know how we didn't foresee the shark wrestling. The shark just totally took us by surprise. And again,
animal rights activists. After
you know what? I would. Okay, I'll take that title, high maintenance, because I do have ideas that sometimes they make it online. There's a lot of ideas that don't. So, but he still has to filter them. So I do send a lot of stuff to him.
Sometimes I wonder which ones didn't make it. I'm just saying.
I was nailing platforms to a tree to hold my phone. So I got an ad commercial. Didn't make it. I thought that was pretty good too.
What was that one?
I was promoting the sweatshirts and the beanies.
Is that a winter one?
Well, no, it was before winter.
His budget for magnets and pens is through the roof. And the glossy
Ryder's a personal videographer at the events and whatnot. I mean,
exactly.
I got hours of footage of you in a hard hat and traffic cones directing people.
Oh, this year I got to get a cart.
Yeah, we'll have to hook
oh my goodness.
Yeah, we gotta pimp out a.
Well, I might, because
put some spinners on it.
I'm back to work the end of May. So,
well, that's the first weekend of.
Yeah, I should
June.
be okay. I should be okay.
I was gonna say he'll be rip raring to go for.
Poor Sue.
Poor Sue. Poor everybody.
I wanted to take a Morse code class because our friends gave us a bell. That way, ding, 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 ding,
Oh
ding,
my
ding,
goodness.
waffles, ding, 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 ding,
Waffles.
water, whatever. When
You
she
guys
asked
thought I
for
was
my
kidding when I said he was.
Morse
You
I
pass
think
me that
that's
starter
really-
kit over there, please.
Sure.
Big Joe. All right, guys, we'll do a giveaway before we get to the next group of questions here for Holly. So with this one, guys, go ahead, hashtag starter kit, and you will have the chance to win our new and approved starter kit.
Yeah, this one is pretty sweet.
It's crispy with the laser cut foam cutout. You have a 1
Yeah.
ounce butter and bomb in there as well.
It
You
is,
get your 4 cents. You got your cold start, envy, liquid gold, and positive charge. With a 4 ounce LCW
That's not a rip. It's a sticker.
and a 4 ounce conditioner as well. So if you're new to beard care,
This
this
is a perfect. This is a sweet gift.
for
This
a
is
gift
perfect.
set. This has everything. It's a one-stop shop for all things beard care.
Getting married, groomsmen, order 9 of them.
Oh yeah.
So you get a chance to win one of those bad boys.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
I mean, we always like the starter kits, but this just
Yeah.
took it to the next level.
And if you open up the starter kit,
I think Courtney has one put aside downstairs. So just don't forget.
the Big Joe sticker
You're
inside.
doing a big
Oh, you're
joke.
gonna put it.
You just ramped up that. giveaway. All right. All right. That went away. So we'll go ahead. We'll pull that up. Add to the stage. Move that. Boom. All right. Let's see who's going to win the starter kit.
Did you announce who won the sample pack?
I did.
I must have missed that.
You were eating a hot dog.
I think I was opening my hot dog.
You were actually.
Oh,
but-
Karen.
Karen Evans, congrats.
Sweet.
Thanks for being here as well. Just reach out to support at beardoctane.com.
Yeah, hit us up at support@beardoctane.com.
And then we'll get that shipped out to you.
And we'll get it shipped out to you.
Thank you, Holly.
You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, Mosif.
Why isn't conditioner available in all the scents?
Oh, why isn't it? Okay, it's space.
Yeah, plain and
For
simple.
now.
Outer space.
For now, it's a space constraint. We're I'm gonna say it. We're gonna do it. You heard it here. We are going to bring out the conditioner in several scents. I'm not gonna say all the scents, but I will say several scents. But again, as you just heard about all the lead times that I just talked about, it'll probably be something you'll see by the beginning of fall, probably by the beginning of fall. So we will bring it. We have a
Regardless
few
of the
things we gotta
space
move
issue that we're
around.
having. I can't fit any more stuff in my house garage. I can't even.
You know, we're gonna make it work.
Hey, that big.
I didn't say all the scents, but we're gonna make it
I did
work.
cut some trees down so we can get into a Conex box. I can store just Expo equipment in there.
Yeah. But we are gonna do it. We are gonna do it.
It is coming, most of.
So what the
patient.
question then is, what is behind the scenes to get the scents into the conditioner? Do you have to tweak the formulas or ratios?
Sometimes we have to do a little test because there are occasionally fragrances that will thin out a product and you want to make sure that it remains shelf stable. Citruses are notorious for doing that. They have a thinning effect, mainly because of the citric component of that. Then it happens with essential oils too. So we have to test it first, make sure it stays stable. Most of them do. And then we have to get the UPC codes and design the labels and, order the labels. And, there's just some lead times.
If one of your scent formulas, one of those oils wound up thinning that down,
then we wouldn't offer it.
Right. You'd have to move on from that.
Yeah, make sure the quality is there.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
you
same
got to
thing
maintain
happens.
quality.
I was gonna say the same thing happens when we test the bar soaps.
Right.
We have to test to make sure, because not every fragrance is going to be compatible with the soap making process.
Okay.
So because of the high pH that soap starts out with before it saponifies, there are some fragrances that will either accelerate that process, and then you immediately just have pudding on a stick that it just smells awful. Or it decelerates it and it looks like cottage cheese. Like I've seen all kinds of crazy things happen. So that's, again, this is why we test. That's why we don't have America in a body soap. That's why we don't have Onyx in a body soap.
Yep.
Weird things happen with chemistry.
Yep. All right. And with that, Stephen P wants to know, what's some of the biggest beep moments in the business? Is
He
this
hired his dad.
And then is it magnified even more so due to us being a small business?
Really, I mean, when you're first starting out, I'll say there's a lot of things you don't know. And that learning can just be a series of those moments. There are things that I think are more now with how legislation changes and how sometimes the federal legislation and the state legislation are differing. Sometimes they are abrupt. I'll give you an example of one that happened that's not formulation related, but the Texas legislature passed a bill that you can't text anybody in Texas, even if they were a customer, which we only text you if you're a customer and you ask to be texted. But they were like, no, you can't do that unless you register with like a couple $1,000s to have an agent here and to also take out an insurance bond. And you're like, wait, what? It's a text message. But it's one of those things where I know that the spirit of the law wanted to stop spammers, but in turn, it made more hurdles for those of us who are already communicating with existing customers. And so that's one of those things where you're like, where did that come from? No, now we got to go back and change everything, or now we got to register, and now we got to do this. So there's a lot of stuff that happens, and it's more frustrating when it doesn't come at a federal level, I'll say, on that, because each state could have their own rules and often does. And then you're like, okay, well, how do we handle this? And you kind of look at, what is this going to do to our business overall? Is this worth this from a financial perspective? Or, are there only like 3 people subscribed for, SMS there? There's not, but you see where I'm going. That's an example of just one of those things. And it's usually well-meaning legislation that doesn't think through all the use cases. So, that's one thing. That's a recent thing, actually. That's why it sticks in my head.
Yeah. It's one of those little things that we get as
that was actually real big in transportation, that you figured this guy's just dropping somebody off.
Yeah.
But they snag you because a taxi cab, are you bonded in our state? Are you?
Yeah.
Same thing. That's real big in the insurance policies, bonding. Yep.
Yeah. And that's just stuff that we have to stay up at, especially because we sell across the country or the world.
And that's one of those things where a European rule comes in and changes how we can or cannot ship to Europe. There's all kinds of little things where you're like, well, where did that come from? That didn't exist before. And if you're not living there or living, that's probably the biggest things. Now, if suddenly you can't get this happened about 10 years ago. And it still sticks in my head. There was a fire in Germany at a plant that manufactured citral, which is a component of citrus fruits. It's actually one of the main components that comes out of a citrus peel, like an orange peel. And it's distilled down and used as a fragrance chemical that goes into all different kinds of fragrance oils, even some that don't even smell like citrus. And there was a fire at this plant, a BASF plant. And it was the main supplier for all of the fragrance manufacturers in the United States. And so there were many fragrances that you just couldn't get anymore because nobody had enough citral to make them. And they were saying, it's sort of like the same problem that gamers are having with RAM and AI data centers, or like, well, you guys are the small people using it, We're saving it for all the industrial people. And maybe when production comes back up again, you can get it. And so that was devastating for a lot of companies that had, scents in their lineup. They couldn't get them anymore because nobody was making them. And that would be a major supply chain disruption.
Yeah.
I'd say COVID was a major supply chain disruption. I mean, I can think of a lot of different things where you're like, okay, how do we pivot? How do we change what we're doing? Do we pursue this anymore? Do we pursue it with an alternative way? I think bottle caps were like a problem for a while.
COVID,
That was
was a blessing and a curse. And,
woo.
everyone got to stay home and grow their beards. But I remember the LCW, we used to have those transparent red 8-ounce plastic bottles.
Yeah.
At the time, even being small batch, I don't remember what I was paying, say 25, 30 cents, whatever. Still, I mean, today's standards still on the high end, but back then, just starting out, that's what I paid. And then once COVID hit and everyone scooped up all the bottles,
every single bottle,
hand sanitizer. So
no bottles were being made in factories.
No. So I literally had to go onto Etsy and spend I think it was $3 a bottle. And you could only buy them in 3-packs to get those bottles because that was what the brand was known for, those red bottles. And from there, I was like, never again. That's what we started in bulk. And then we're going straight to the manufacturer. And I'm like, it's not going to happen again. But that was
it's not going to happen again. We're not doing
that's one of those moments that could have broken us and just shut us down. And a lot of companies did fold because of it, because they relied.
You couldn't get supplies. You couldn't. Yeah.
So that was
those are the just thinking about it. We're going down memory lane. Those are some big ones.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And yes, Ben said the deodorant tubes. We've had supply problems with the deodorant tubes, which I think I saw somebody ask a question before, but yes, they are fully restocked. And we have more coming, the tubes in the next 4 weeks. We have more tubes coming. So we should be good.
Yeah. All right, switching gears. Brian M wants to know, is Beard Octane going to offer beef tallow products? It seems like that's the
okay. So the short answer is no. We are not a brand that uses beef tallow. It's not part of our strategy. And there are multiple reasons for that. One is we have the cruelty-free. That's kind of a big thing. There are a number of vegans who use our products, not the waxes, of course, but the other products. So that's kind of been like our thing. And to offer tallow, is diverted from that. But also the thing that folks probably don't know is we can't export any products that have beef tallow in them because it falls under the laws about bovine products. Like our beef jerky, we cannot sell outside the US. We can't even now send it to deployed military in our official mail because it has to go through another country's customs. So most countries have laws against accepting cattle products, and beef tallow falls under one of those. And we have a lot of overseas clients, and they have and not insignificant sized ones, and they have laws on the books about beef tallow. So it wouldn't make sense for us to do that because it doesn't align with where we are as a brand, and also we would be limited in where we could sell it.
High five. Well put. Hey guys, I see your questions. I'm starring them. So, all right, Phil G, what is your process like for creating a new scent or developing a new product? We kind of covered that. What other factors?
What we did, I think the cost and need is because that's a two-parter right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't do something for the sake of just doing something. And you do have to balance what your customers are telling you with what you can and can't source. And you don't want to paint yourself in a corner cost-wise. We wouldn't do onyx. I mean, because to be real, onyx is more expensive to do because we have special boxes. The fragrance is a very exclusive high-end thing to make. And the boxes are, I don't know if any of you have had it. If you feel the front of the box, it's a spot gloss on the boxes, and that's an upcharge. Just like liquid gold has gold on the box, that's an upcharge. So that makes that per unit cost more. But if we know that we're willing to accept that margin eat because we just believe in the product and we know that we can still turn as much of a profit as we need to operate, we'll do it. But if it's something like, we're not going to go out and source something super, super exotic because it just doesn't fiscally make sense, especially with, the market. Not everybody's asking for something exotic. So, it doesn't make sense to do that.
Very nice. All right. Beard and Mike.
See, this is a Joe question.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, it's probably more going to be.
Yeah.
Mike wants to know, I see you guys doing a lot of barber shows. How much planning goes into an event like that? And then there's an overlay on my screen. What does it say? Can you read that to me, Holly? What's the last part of it? Oh, do you find it beneficial?
You find it beneficial.
I had a pop up on my thing.
It's like you're asking a blind person to read to you?
No, there's a thing right over that one last sentence. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing a lot more of the hair and beauty shows because they've been making a big push over the last few years of adding the barbering aspect to it, which aligns a little bit more with men's beard care as a whole. But then there's a lot of these expos, we're seeing a lot of like women-owned, operated salons. They are the only gig in town and they're doing lots of beard services. So we kind of taken that approach of, because they really don't teach it in barber school, and they just don't really know a lot about beard care, what the products do, how to use the products. And we're teaching businesses to how to use that product during a service, and them as a business for our wholesale account, how to upsell the client that product during the service so they get that product at a discount, because they're going to be the authority of making you look and feel great, styling your beard properly. And as they use that, hey, thanks, brother. Got a 5 months. Look at that. But yes, so we teach them how to use the product, everything like that, because they're going to be the authority of making you look and feel good. So you're going to trust them of what works for, like, hey, you made me look and feel great. I want to use that product. So we give them the tools needed to, essentially learn about what the product does and how to use it and everything like that. So
it's both surprising and not that a lot of the, especially more beauty shop aligned, I think a little less barbershop, but more beauty shop aligned shops, even if they have a barber on staff, the number of them who really have really detailed questions about, how do I sell this and who do I sell this to and what's this really used for? Because the only exposure a lot of them have had is to like these big box brands that they're just full of filler and junk, and they've never really had a good quality, solid, straight up beard oil before.
Let's do a lot of the salons. They have a lot of estheticians that work for them, a lot of the skincare, everything like that. So when they come and they look at the ingredients that we are using, natural and everything like that, compared to not knocking the other like big box brands or anything like that they're dealing with, but the silicones, the fillers, everything like that, they shy away from that stuff because they have clients with skincare issues, everything like that. So they really are drawn to the brand because it's quality. We hand make it. We're not dealing with distributors, which they really enjoy. They can add if they have an issue.
Yeah, they come right to us. Yeah,
it's very rare, but they deal with us. It's the people behind the brand, so it's that brand confidence that they get as well. So, definitely beneficial for us because that's a whole nother avenue of brand recognition, growth, and just be able to really full circle bring that brand to other people. And there's actually a purpose because we basically when we're at these shows, we're teaching people that are coming to our booth about the products, what the products do. It's not just an upsell. It's like, all right, each product has a purpose, but they all work together. So when we teach that to them and explain to them, they're like, I had no idea. We just thought it was a gimmick or whatever. Like, no, this beard oil does this, but to make that work even better, you then lock that in with the beard balm or butter and the wash, everything that goes with it. So, but overall for being beneficial, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got to keep at it because a lot of them will come to you and start that account when they see you that second or third time, right? You know what I mean? Like say, hey, I saw you here last year. I checked you out, and now we're going to, carry your product.
Yep, absolutely. And just kind of touching on, Steve had a quick question. I'll just throw that in there. How do you refer a barber for our map? Just send it to us.
Send us an email. Yeah.
Yep. Send it to us so we can add it to the map.
It's a manual thing for me to do, and I have a couple referrals that I have to put in there.
Yeah, but planning wise, we touched on it before. It's a ton, especially when you're doing multiple
Yeah.
side shows that we're doing now. It's not
Yeah.
like one day. We shy away from the one day shows, not just because the amount of people that go to them, but just because there's so much effort
So
that
much that goes
goes into setting up for like this Orlando show that's coming up. It's and plus bringing other people from the team to come out and work
Yep.
these shows. So it's airfare, it's hotels, food, rental cars. To I gotta
all
make
the
sure
transportation,
has
the
all the
freight
product
for getting it down there. Like there's a
set
lot.
up, doing the show, breaking it down, making sure
Yep.
that logistics shipping wise is getting back to where, or if it's going to another show location, it's a lot.
It's a
But
lot.
yeah, so it's not cheap, and sometimes we don't make our money back, but you do it from the investment into the wholesale accounts that you're
A lot of it for the awareness.
Yeah.
And people go, and people will come up to us or write to us in email, like, weeks later, hey, I saw you at such and such a show.
We just had one this past
I
week.
really
It was
want to.
January. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we used our products on the clients, the stuff that we bought. We're signing up. We need to bring
Yeah.
this stuff in.
We need to bring that stuff in. It's like, yes, they just need to try it. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys as the community, but the broader, like, just all the salons in your area, everybody over, how many of them do you see carrying like a quality product?
Yeah. Yep.
So.
All right. I think we have a giveaway.
Ooh.
Let's jump to a quick giveaway, guys. If you can, you got 60 seconds to type in triple threat. With this, guys, if you win this, just when you reach out to support at beardoctane.com, just let us know the scent selection for each of the oils you would like.
Yes. And if you want all three to be onyx, we don't blame you.
What do you got, Big Joe?
No, I just had a thought. So
what's that, Big? I can see.
I was going to say, you don't have any extra hot dogs, do you?
No, I don't. No, I know.
Okay.
You mentioned airfare and meals, and
oh boy,
I come to an expo. I got to bring my own flashlight. I mean, that's to guide people to the booth.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, so I gotta send you to like OSHA like classes now.
Yeah,
classes and all this stuff.
I got to know.
I don't know.
Oh my word. Yeah. Can one of these be the Big Joe oil? Nope, those are completely gone at the moment, but the near future.
I got questions.
Sure.
Joe has questions.
Save for the question section. All right, guys, for the triple threat. Let's see what we got. Who's taking it home?
Bearded and blessed.
Sweet. That's a nice beard.
Big beard. Congrats. And go ahead and just reach out to support at beardoctane.com, brother, and just a good shipping address and your scent choices. We'll get that right out to you. So thank you and congrats. Appreciate it.
And make sure you are live. I think.
Yeah, guys. And you guys, again, quick reminder, like and subscribe to the channel if you could, please. Yep. Costs nothing. Completely supports us. Also, we have our Easter sale is live right now. 15% off all beard oils, butters, and balms. Ask Holly codes good till midnight. Extra 10% off, or you can use your beard bucks.
Oh yeah, use your beard bucks.
So lots and lots of savings to use. All right. Get back into it, and then I think we got like 5 or 6 more questions, and we'll take your questions. So Chad C, what's
I wish I knew more about the intention of this question. So
fatty acid profiles and beard health.
This is a twofer. So this has to do with the inside versus the outside, is what I'm going to say. Consuming more omega-3 fatty acids in your diet, those unsaturated fats, those good fats, your olive oils, your, sunflower oil, stuff like that, that will actually help all of your hair. So yeah, but don't overdo it. Like, you don't want a super saturated fat. Like, eating a lot of butter although delicious, is not going to do much for your beard health or hair health or your cholesterol. But if you have a diet that is well balanced with a decent number of polyunsaturated oils, it really does help improve the health of your hair. And that's your beard hair, your head hair, your arm hair, like all your hair.
Yep.
As well as, as the rest of your body. So, you can't do what we call the garbage in, garbage out. Like if you consume garbage, that's what's going to come in. So it's called GIGO. So garbage in, garbage out. So just think of that as, from the baseline is how healthy you are.
What about
is reflected often in, the health of your skin, hair, etc. I'm sorry. Did he make a comment as he ate his hot dog? What?
No, I'm just asking. What about hot dogs?
That's not garbage.
It's a hot dog. It's meat. It's meat.
But externally, yeah. So, it's a conditioning agent. And again, everybody's got their own feel for what works for them and what doesn't. And there are some people who use a rotation, but it helps condition the hair. It helps keep your follicles from drying out. It's just good for your skin because you don't make enough sebum on your face. I'm like rubbing my face like I have a beard, but just play along with me. It keeps it from drying out and being like crispy and hard and just rough. Nobody wants to snuggle that. All right. You can clip that all you want.
It's already done. All right. Fraser wants to know, how do mass-produced products differ from handcrafted ones at a chemical level?
I think this is more of a question. This I would be. So you can make a mass-produced product that is all natural oils. It's just the formulations, like a handcrafted one. Like I could go buy silicones and handcraft a silicone product. That doesn't make it any better than a natural one that happens to be made by a large big box brand. But I think this is more a question that's specific about, what do most people do? These big box companies do is they put fillers in, and silicone is one of those number one things that they put in there that it makes the hair feel softer because it's laying on top of the hair. It's not penetrating the hair. It's not getting in there and actually softening things. It's just laying on top of it. It's a faux soft, if you will. It doesn't soak in. And there are a lot of them that use that shortcut because, again, people they can't really tell the difference. But if you are a connoisseur or if you're a person who's actually exposed to a quality product that is designed for beard hair versus just something that, somebody in a lab went, I guess we could use this as a beard oil, just make it feel soft. And, they'll formulate it and maybe some people won't notice, but it's not going to be the best thing for you. And it builds up over time too.
Christina, you have to do that. Thank you so much. You just
Christina, thanks.
Beard Octane.
I can hide behind the box.
Congrats to anyone who wins that. Appreciate it, Christina. You have to do that. So, all right. Next question. How do you ensure consistency across batches?
Good manufacturing processes and SOPs. Sorry, standard operating procedures.
Jokes.
Batch records. You check things off. You follow every single step every single time, and then you do a quality control check.
Yep.
Those are all the non-sexy things that we do as a company that people do not see,
We have totes and totes and totes of the
quality control samples.
Quality control samples that we over the years, So, all right.
Eric.
How do surfactants work in beard wash?
Okay. I think this is a question specifically probably about the differences between the beard wash bars and the liquid wash. So I'm going to nerd out for a second. I'm so sorry.
Weird.
I apologize, but that's why you guys are here.
Yes, it.
surfactant really just is used to describe anything that creates tension between the water and the dirt. So, a regular bar of soap would be a surfactant. It would be quote unquote a detergent action. But the commonality, the common use of the word surfactant implies, for the layperson, it implies that it is artificial versus what you would consider a natural soap. But really, they all work the same. They have molecules that have an end that really likes water and the other end that really likes the oils on your skin. So you put those together and it essentially emulsifies on your skin, face, whatever, and that's what gets you clean. And there's all different kinds and they can be derived from all different things. And, some work for some people and some don't. And it's a personal preference. You can make a surfactant that is far more gentle than any soap that's out there. And the beard wash bars use a very gentle surfactant. You can control not use other buffers, but that's really the difference.
Well put. Eric A wants to know, if beard oil is so good for your face, can you use it on your eyebrows and become a full wolf?
Okay.
I got you, Eric.
So, while you could use it on your eyebrows, I don't know. I would not, because the proximity to your eyelids and the skin on your eyelids is different
You
than
put
the
too
skin
much
on
in,
your
it's going to drip down into your eyes.
Yeah, you just don't want it to get it in your eyes. I mean, nothing's saying that if you have a little bit left on your hands that you don't,
The old
do up the eyebrows, but yeah, that's really, guys.
Eric. All right, guys, that's going to bring us into.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm
That's
off the
all
hot
those
seat. All right,
submitted
see you. It's been
questions we
nice.
have.
Bye.
No. We got
Okay.
a bunch of questions that are starting here.
Oh boy.
All right, guys. If you got questions, go and ask them. We'll go ahead and pop that out. You have a question, Big Joe?
How much latitude? Okay, if you have a collab with somebody,
Oh boy. Here
How
it
much-
comes.
how
Are
much?
you asking me or Holly?
Well, both. How much latitude is given to the person that you're doing the collab with, as far as scent profile, but more importantly, how you launch the product?
Depends on who we're doing a collab with.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just asking. I mean, I'm not looking for somebody to do like a Kid Rock helicopter thing.
Please, let's not.
I've seen bagpipes before. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Ben, don't encourage him, Ben, please.
Ben,
Please.
don't
Yeah.
go there.
And then is Big Joe coming to the main line? We'll wait and see. It has had a lot of demand, but again, that falls into kind of your question is, if we were to do something like that, how do we launch it?
How do we launch it, and how do we?
Oh, I already got the lights.
the
I just got to order the stage. I already got the lights, extension cords. I have plenty.
Extension cords.
Do I need to look at the budget again?
It's the details.
It is the details.
You put up all
Dan.
these lights and nothing to plug into. Little details.
Yeah,
I'm just.
in due time. We do have to discuss that. Get that figured out.
Is there a demand? I mean, I can't trust Mo.
A demand for what?
What's that?
A demand for what?
The oil for the scent.
I don't know which scent you're talking about.
The Big Joe scent.
Oh, we have a Big Joe scent?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're gonna have mail come to your house. Holly.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah. Oh, don't
I thought that was actually supposed to come to me. So
don't
I
make
could
me, don't
prove
make
it.
me activate the army. Don't
Yeah.
even start giving
Oh,
orders
man.
out. All right, we're marching to Pennsylvania tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Man. All right.
All right.
I'll jump ahead to some of the there's a couple of questions kind of all related.
Okay. Lightning round.
Yeah, just Howie, do you have a chemistry degree?
I do not have a chemistry degree. I have a degree, but I do not have a chemistry degree.
And then somebody else was I think I saw pretty much did you go to school for this stuff was one of the questions. Yeah. Did Howie go to school for this?
I actually technically kind of but not initially. That was not what I did. That's not what I went to college for. But I did run my own company. I made soap from scratch myself. There are probably videos still out there of me doing it. And that's some heavy duty chemistry.
Yeah.
That is the forbidden pancake batter. Let me put it to you like that. It's dealing with very, very caustic materials. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. All right. Donald Long, what's up, buddy? Is IFRA more complicated for essential oils or fragrance oils?
Neither. They're about the same. They really are. It just happens to be, essential oils are more specific. Like cinnamon has a lot of eugenol, and that's like a no-no for dermal contact. It is very, very low usage.
Yeah.
But there are cinnamon components that often appear in fragrance oils, but not as high as you would see in essential oil. But like each fragrance is different. Each essential oil is different. And with essential oils, it can get complicated. I actually say it might be a little bit more complicated for IFRA, simply because a peppermint is not a peppermint. So it depends on where it was grown, what region it was grown in, and the temperatures it was grown in, because you can have different chemical constituents that are higher in some soils and some locales than are in others. And then there are small differences between Japanese peppermint and Indian peppermint, even though they are peppermint. So, and then there's corn mint. I could go on. So it gets really specific.
Such a nerd.
It gets really specific based on the varietal.
I changed all my requests for my Easter basket.
And with that, it kind of ties into like the whole IFRA thing. How do you balance scent strength versus skin safety for daily use products?
I mean, that comes down to formulation, IFRA, and also understanding. And I know people hate it when I say it like this, but this is the only way I can say it. We're not making face cologne. It is not face cologne. We're making beard oil. So, everybody's got a different sensitivity with their nose. This is literally right underneath your nose. We've got to keep it legal. We've got to keep it safe, but also we're not making something that, people from 2 blocks away are going to smell you coming.
Yeah. So. And then just tie into that, is there a way to make an essential oil blend last longer?
It depends on the essential oils.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing citruses, no, not unless you anchor them with something else. That's why you'll see citruses typically blended with other things as an anchor. But they and a lot of the mints are some of the more fragile molecules, so they are going to evaporate first. But if you blend them the right way, things like vetiver, patchouli, benzoin, you can add those to a blend and anchor the scent and make it last longer. It's obviously it's not going to smell like straight citrus or straight mint or something like that, but it obviously can make it go further. I will tell you, patchouli is forever, but patchouli is in more things than you think it's in, because it is a very good scent anchor. It's a very good base note. But also right now it is very expensive because they had some poor crop issues. So.
Very good. All right. And Abe was just asking, are a lot of people allergic to tree nut?
It was enough that we decided that we were going to tackle that at the same time we tackled the fractionated coconut. We decided to just do it all in one shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Joe, do you handle the environmental health and safety side of things? Howie's the guru when it comes down to it, but I mean, it's kind of like a all hands on deck stuff.
Yeah, everybody's involved. Yeah,
because it affects and it's related to everything that we're doing in house here, especially even more so since we're doing it in house. So that stuff
Joe is super excited that the next thing on our list is reviewing our business continuity plans.
Oh, yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh. Big Joe, when are you going to grow that monster beard?
Yeah, where is it?
How big is Joe going to grow that monster beard? You.
Big.
Oh, wow.
Big is
Oh, I
Joe.
said Big Joe.
Reading is fundamental.
Well, oh, the Big Joe. I just saw Big Joe and I blacked out. No, I'll get a trim maybe a little bit next month. With the Expos and stuff, I go a little bit bigger. So I'll dial in a little bit, but before my last cut was a little bit bigger, I think, especially on the sides. But yeah, it's pretty beastie right now.
I was gonna say it's bigger than it has been.
This
Not
one.
as big as it could be.
Does metal foam help extend the shelf life?
Yeah, meadow foam is a very antioxidant oil. But again, like anything, if you were to leave it out in the sun for a long period of time, it would oxidize just like anything else. But naturally, it is long lasting. It is not probably as long lasting as jojoba, because jojoba is a liquid wax technically. But it's actually closer to sebum oil, which is just a crazy fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we went for longevity when we did that, and meadow foam, it's a good oil. I formulated with it years ago, and it's one of those things where you just kind of keep coming back to it. It's so versatile. I love it.
Abe wants to know, his wife wants to know, would like to know if we have plans for head hair shampoo and conditioner.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's something that there's so many other things that would have to happen before we could get to that point that it's not on the near horizon.
Correct.
I'm glad you double checked me there and make sure I was correct.
Oh no, I know, because we only have room for conditioners, and also we're gonna start doing head. I don't have a need for it, so it doesn't benefit me. We have a Big Joe oil. Will we get a Holly oil?
You've gotten Holly oils.
It's true.
I mean, you have, so
It is true. Never know. Benefits of glycerin in beard oil.
I mean, glycerin's a humectant. I mean, it draws moisture to things. I wouldn't say it belongs in an oil. You could, but it's not really something that mixes well with oil. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with glycerin. It's just if you use too much of it, it can be really sticky. You give like a tacky feel.
Yeah. All right. It's an interesting one. How much volume makes a small batch company not small batch anymore?
It's about 10,000 units a batch. Anything under 10,000 units a batch is quote unquote small batch.
I look at it as if we're making it in-house, then we're small batch, but
yeah. That's typically the cut.
Well, what does that mean in the industry?
That is usually the MOQ, the minimum order quantity that any kind of facility will do.
So basically, like if you were to like outsource it at that point, that's basically what they require.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
So, would you ever make a special face cream for men?
That falls under the same with the hair shampoo and conditioner. Yeah.
Donald, another question, would like to know, when absorbing supplements into your body for beard, is it better to use powder, pill, or gummies?
Well, that's one of those things you as a human would have to test yourself head to head. You would have to do a sort of your own double blind study. I will say gummies typically have a lot of fillers in them that your dentist really doesn't want you to chew on. And in some cases, your endocrinologist, if you're a diabetic, does not want you using gummies. So there are other things going on there. I would say, a powder, depending on what you put it in, might be a faster absorption, but that's not necessarily always what you want.
Yep. Okay. Steve wants to know, any chance for a thicker viscosity blend for the red and gray beards out there.
I think the blend is great as it is.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
you know,
There's not a need to do something else.
spot
There's a
on.
business answer to that too, but like that's just my factual
Straight
statement.
up answer. There's another one. When did Holly come to Beard Octane?
August 2022.
Man, it's been that long.
It's been that long. I know.
So you're coming up on 5 years. Would it be 5 years or 4?
It'd be 4.
Four.
Math is hard, yo.
2026. Man, it's been that long, huh?
Yeah, it's been that long.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, somebody asked if there any chance of doing a Ask Holly lives weekly. I think it's a good idea.
No.
A few more questions in here. I don't see a stripping wash on your site. Is this because you don't recommend it, or is it space?
The
Body bar.
bar soaps, you can use once a week for stripping your beard. They're perfectly safe for doing that. I wouldn't do it more than once a week, but that's the best thing to do. And I know tons of people do it, and cold start's typically the number one for that use. And that is we have activated charcoal in it. So that would be what I would recommend if you want something stripping.
Okay, how does your deodorant work differently from a typical antiperspirant style? Want to switch, but nervous about smelling since I work in the heat.
Deodorant is one of those things where you won't know until you try. Everybody's skin flora and your chance of sweating to death is different. We did test it on a lot of different people before we brought it out. It is a probiotic formula, which means we're using good flora, just like you would use a probiotic in your gut. We're using a good flora on your skin to try to eat the bacteria that's making you smell bad. It's not going to stop you from sweating. That's, you're going to sweat the way you're going to sweat. But we've tested on enough guys doing enough, blue collar jobs, sweaty stuff that have not been stinking and have reported really good, results. I will say there's a transition period, especially if you've been a really heavy antiperspirant user for a while. You might have about a week, in some extreme cases, 2 weeks of a period where you might have to, I would say, like kind of alternate between the two before you start, using more and more of the natural ones. So like sort of, step down from using the antiperspirant, because if you just go cold turkey, your body's going to go, what happened? I used to have something here to stop me doing this. Yeah. So just know that going in.
Yep. And then Bart, the bearded one, if you were picking 3 of your favorite Beard Octane oils, what would they be? You got Big Joe.
We should all answer that. Yeah.
Onyx, America, and Envy. The top 3.
I guess there's no need to bring the Big Joe oil on because that's not.
No,
yeah, I do. We don't need Big Joe.
I was going to say that, but it is not on the shelf, so yet. I got to order the stage. Yeah, that'd be the 3. Yeah, I didn't realize how much I like America until I went to it the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Myself,
Grizzly, Onyx, Envy.
Yeah, see, Grizzly was right there for me too. I mean, you really, you tend to have like a top 6 or 7.
Those are my personal faves. Yeah. What about you, Holly?
I like Big Joe, Cold Start, and man, this is like asking me to pick my favorite kid. I really liked Snowthorn from the Advent calendar.
Yeah, there's some hitters in there.
Yeah.
Any plans of making a body wash?
No.
Negative.
Body wash again, right?
Because there was a body wash in 2022.
Yeah.
I guess
it is no more.
Oh, he came along.
You could use the LCW as a body wash. You're more than
I've
welcome to
had
do
to
that.
before.
We have the SAE bottles, the big old pump
One of the
bottles.
shows I went to,
Help
there was no
yourself.
body wash in the shower, but I had a brand new bottle of LCW and I just sent it squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Worked amazing. Yep. All right.
I got a question.
What do you got, Big Joe?
There was some talk.
There was some talk. Oh, here we go.
No, in not so much in the industry, but it was out there about
In the stratosphere.
The status or the health of the beard product
Industry?
industry. I have a two-parter because
Oh, you have a two-parter. Okay.
because if anybody listening to the stream can pick up from you, Holly and Joe, is that it's an open book, is very honest. So the two-parter is, what is your opinion of the beard product industry and the health of Beard Octane?
Just ask
I
Holly.
thought Joe was taking the question first. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can. Yeah, you go ahead. I can.
I was going
Well,
to say, it's
from
your
what
father.
I
I figured you were going to answer his question.
From what I gather from it to me.
I was going to say, Joe, Big Joe, you're packing orders every Monday.
Yeah.
Are you bored?
No.
That's
And what's amazing, I mean, as far as the health of, I can speak. Well, you know what, and that's a good matrix. I can speak to the health of Beard Octane because on a non-sale week.
Yep.
So it's not skewed by great promotions and things
Yep.
like that. We're packing more and more, and the orders are tend to be a little bit bigger now. There's more sense, and what you said at the very beginning of the stream, when we talked about, do you open up one oil and stay with it for a long time, or do you jump around? You'll pack a liquid gold wash, an onyx oil, and a nitro bomb. I mean, all over the map.
Yep.
So you know that there's people out there that are using, across the full spectrum of the scent profiles, which is great. And like I said, we're, as far as Beard Octane goes, we're seeing increased orders and volume within the orders. And I know that somebody's perception on the health of the industry could be skewed a little bit by decisions they have made as a company.
Yes. You hit the nail right on the head. It is decisions made by certain companies about their approach to things, and not understanding and keeping up and knowing what their customer actually wants, and just sort of flying by the seat of their pants.
Well, in some cases, trying to give the customers what they believe they want, but just missing the mark.
There could be some of that. I think most of it is just not
Yeah.
really having a core strategy. And I know, and forgive me, Joe, I'm gonna go there. Not knowing who your customer is, not knowing what your customer wants, not knowing, and when I say not knowing who your customer is, like, we know our customers. We know who they are. We know what they do for a living. And I'm saying this it's not like, hey, you, bearded and blessed, I know exactly where you live and what you do for it. It's not like that. But we know who our typical customers are. We know a lot about them. In the community, we obviously know our community members very well. And they're a pretty good representation of who our core customer is. We know who our customer is. We know what they're buying. We know what they're not buying. And we don't just sit there and go, I've got this crazy idea that nobody asked for, that nobody wants, and run with it because nobody asked for it. And we also look at things, strategically on a regular basis and decide what is and is not working.
Yeah, I think, and where Big Joe was talking about before in regards to being all over, like the orders, you got different products, different types, scents. A big part of it is having like your finger on the pulse of the industry. And how we touched on it too. Knowing who your customers are is absolutely huge, and a big part of that is you wonder why sometimes, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, stuff gets cut from the lineup. It's not the motion. And someone like Holly, she has no heart. There's no emotion involved. Well, just in regards to when something needs to be removed, it's a business decision that is made with looking at all different points and sales data.
It is a cold logical choice.
Yeah, and just keeping the lineup dialed in, because based off of you guys as customers and the industry, just being that aware of everything and keeping everything tight knit. Everything we do is done with a purpose behind it, backed up by data. That's huge, is knowing your customer base and what they want. And that's why we do that survey, to listen to you guys. A lot of stuff that we do is because of you guys. We listen to you, but that feedback is crucial.
Yeah. We look at the trends from our customers.
Yes.
We look at what our customers are saying and what they're doing, because you sometimes have to filter out who is your customer and who isn't, because you get a lot of feedback, and sometimes it's from people who aren't even really buying anything. They're not your core customer.
They'll complain about you got rid of downshift or something, but you haven't placed an order in 18
You haven't placed an order in 3 years
or whatever. And that's the data. Yeah, thanks for the info, but that could be part of the reason why something
that could be part of the reason. Yeah. If you like something and something's important to you, you should keep up with a regular cycle of buying, because if not, it comes into my view and I look at it and go, I might have room for a new collab if I cut this. So, yeah.
So that's a big part of it.
I was going to say, it's funny as Big Joe's made a comment about, we have so many scents, and I laugh because when I came on board, we had twice as many.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I
wasn't throwing shade. I was just like saying this is funny to think about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, you were
in my defense.
In your defense.
But at that time, at the size,
it was the size
was, get away with that, because when you start to scale, it's like, okay, then every little penny counts, and then now you're paying for people to work in manufacturing to scale the company. That's when you really have to get everything in line,
If you want to scale, you can't have 20 cents.
Exactly. I started commenting there. Something about burning your nose. Yeah, when developing a scent, how do you stop the nose from getting burnt out? Well,
2 fun tricks. One is more fun than the other. I was going to say, so one is smell fresh ground coffee or coffee beans. You keep it there, and it's an old perfumer's trip. It really just resets your nose.
I have that at the shows.
What?
I had that at the shows. I made
good. Yeah, because it's
Parmesan shakers, put coffee beans in it.
If you go into like high-end department stores and their perfume, you will see little containers of coffee beans on the counters, because they give them to you to like reset when you're like evaluating perfumes. But also you could just old school it, and you could sniff your own armpit for a minute, because then your brain will go, oh wait, what's this? And it's just, you're just resetting your nose by completely confusing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works. You should try it. If you don't believe me, just try it sometimes. It's crazy how well it works.
I think we just had a couple questions for the audience real quick. Let me how did you guys first hear about Beard Octane? We could throw that out there.
Yes, really armpit. I'm not making that up. It's
no, honestly, you saw me. That's why I literally, because that is one of the ways that
that's one of the ways you
can do
it.
It's like a hard reset.
And that's free.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let us know, guys, how you first heard about Beard Octane. And then also, what is your go-to fast food order?
Oh, fast food.
The fast food company or the order itself?
What's your go-to?
Yeah, well, if you had anything you could pick, what would you be your fast food order?
The fish sandwich meal at McDonald's.
Oh, the fish fillet. That is
Fish fillet.
Really?
That is up
Oh
there.
my god!
I get it.
If it's hot
Yeah.
with the now it's down to a third piece of cheese if you get the cheese.
Yeah.
But if your mother's in the car, then it's a Whopper.
Yeah.
But now, up here in Connecticut, in Norwich, there's a Burger King. They make the best Whoppers in the world. Now it's the same sandwich across the United States. It's totally different everywhere else. They just make a great burger.
Like Chick-fil-A's out there. What about you, Holly?
So it's a two-parter. I'm so sorry.
The 2 snack wraps. That's a good one.
A snack wraps are decent. I am a huge breakfast fiend, and I love some McDonald's hash browns.
Yeah.
I will crush some McDonald's hash browns. And that's a fact from a fast food perspective. You could just give me a pile of hash browns. I would be absolutely happy. Not huge on like the burgers or the other sandwiches or something, but
White Castle. I haven't
White
been
Castle's
to
so
White
good.
Castle.
I know.
I have this craving. It happens like
The sack of 10.
once every 3 years. I want an Arby's beef and cheddar with extra horseradish sauce and the potato cakes. It's like once every 3 years, I'm like, oh man, that would really hit right now.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh, that's where the Arby's in the White Castle.
Yeah.
You would go in, and they sold them by the bag. I mean, they were small. They sold them by the
They
bag.
called a sack of 10.
Okay, there
The
you
sack
go.
of 10.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah,
We had
that was the 70s.
One of
you
my
know.
buddies in college, he was from, I think one of his buddies was going to Fordham in the Bronx, and we didn't have him in Connecticut, so we went and got the sack of 10, and we're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
we get the frozen ones, but Costco actually has the reheatable that we have, and Jax loves them. They're like basically the White Castle sliders. Really? Yeah, they're unreal. They're awesome. Oh, yeah, what to tell you. For me, the Whopper's up there, but Whataburger. I'm a Whataburger fan.
I'm seeing a lot. I'm looking through the comments.
White
Castle.
No.
Yeah,
Don, I agree. Late night.
The cheeseburger at Sonic.
Okay.
The Sonic
Oh
cheeseburger.
yeah, Ben's with me on the Arby's with the horsey sauce. Thank you, Ben.
I forgot about that because there's only one right now in Connecticut. There are two more coming.
Yeah.
But
didn't they have? Ben, tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't they have like a Montana? Like at one point,
Montana.
Arby's had like the big like extra.
That's the name of the Big Montana. They still have it.
Yeah.
There's an Arby's on the Burlington Turnpike there. So, yeah.
What's that?
In Berlin, Newington.
Yeah.
On the Burlington Turnpike, there's an Arby's.
Okay.
I'm telling you though, the beef and cheddar with the horsey sauce and that onion bun.
They got good curly fries.
I say I'm not a curly fan.
I love curly fries. If they're like a little bit of like
potato cakes all day.
Yeah. That or Big Mac.
Now I'm hungry. Thanks.
Oh, Big Mac. I can eat it all day.
I get extra onions on it, the diced onions. Oh, I can eat those by the spoonful.
Yeah. Well, that's the Big Mac.
They're diced onions.
Oh no, I can't do that.
The Big Mac and fish sandwich at McDonald's Surf and Turf.
And speaking of food, you gotta check out
Surf and Turf.
What's Mo's channel? Mo Snacks. Mo Snacks. AX.
Yeah.
Follow Mo Snacks.
Mo Snacks.
Mo.
True story. I was talking to him
on TikTok. He's doing all his food reviews.
I was talking to him about something, and he was ordering his lunch, and I heard the girl go, "Hey," in the drive-thru. "Are you Mo Snacks?" And I went, "What?"
He's starting to get tons of views on there. It's
like she recognized him from TikTok.
From his title, when we met, he didn't. I thought it was snacks, but it's snacks in like the fast food industry or food in general.
That
or
he's doing now?
Yeah.
He does a mix of everything.
He does everything.
Yeah, he
he
does
does
it from fast food to it could be like Oreos to Doritos to.
I'm gonna have to become a member because I'm
He
gonna be
was
laid
talking
up.
about, like, cooking something from scratch the other day. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to binge me some Mo.
Yes, you do.
Early mornings or late nights? Me, I could do late nights all day. I hate mornings.
I've been up since 5 a.m.
I have to get up because of the day job, but I've
been up since 5 a.m.
I'm doing late nights and I'm shifting to like sleeping into like 8:30.
Yeah.
An occasional 9.
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. Once the sun's up, I'm up.
No, our shepherd.
If I
comes
get
in and gets
if
on
I
me.
get a glance of the sun, I can't go back to sleep.
No.
And
Yeah.
then I'm just like I say anxiety.
I've
I'm just
tried
like,
blackout curtains. I've tried the whole thing.
yeah.
The sun's up. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm up.
Early mornings, late night, everybody's about 50-50.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're letting them answer this question.
Yeah. Guys, if you got full
Ooh.
can of Beard Octane, what product would you like to see manufactured and why?
Why?
Let us know.
That's a dangerous question.
Good.
Every time I ask a question like that on the survey, I
It
get
has to be a
some
product.
crazy answers.
It has to be a product that is currently made, right?
No, you could be
Okay.
no, you could be a brand new product. Your own, you know. All right, we got a Citrafella makes a comeback.
I got me some Citrafella at home.
Ooh, down along. Big Joe full product line.
See, finally somebody.
Uh-oh. There's
Oh,
more than
no.
one Big Joe comment.
Whole Big Joe line. And everyone gets
It's a
Big
Big
Joe
Joe.
merch.
Merch.
Zip up Octane hoodie. Could make that happen. Just
Zip
the
up.
costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it on scale.
See, I'm not a zip up
merchandise
guy.
is stuff. Gun oil. I would love to. It would be hard, but a micro beard board brush.
Like
for
a mini beard board
Yeah,
brush.
oils.
Okay, we have to address this.
What?
Rick Kosey's.
MV lube?
Yes, we have to address this. Just put it up there. External use only. Okay, I've said it.
All right, that's all right. What's that? Jesus, Holly. What can Beard Octane do to improve themselves as a company? Honest answers only. Let us know. Lay it on us.
Aren't they telling Mo enough now?
Yeah.
I think they just want their pump tops. I mean, they really just do.
All right, one day. One day.
Stream with
Well, you know what? Okay. Confession time.
Oh, God.
So the first
Hopefully Courtney doesn't hear
the first week that the SAE was relaunched,
it. Which one?
the 16 ounce,
The big boys.
sent them out. The next week came in, totally forgot about it. And so I sent them out. I packed what I had.
We know.
Oh, wait, the third week I come in and we always ask because we're concerned, and I try to take it serious, you know, my mistakes. I do. And we asked Courtney how many, you know, and I saw the sign, with the pump top taped to it. Don't forget the pumps.
With the SAE.
And as soon as I saw that, I said, I packed 6 last week.
Yeah, we know.
And so you had 2 complaints.
We had we had some complaints that we didn't mention.
Okay. Well, she only had 6 because it was.
I was like, we didn't want a dog pile after a while. It's
That's
like,
fine, because I was going to say I got away with some.
we didn't.
But you know, you figure, you know, you go down to Georgia, you meet this guy, seems like a nice guy. You figure you do a little filtering. Oh no, Mo can't filter anything.
No, Mo's.
No, I don't want Mo
I was
filtering.
going to tell you like it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
Which is
thinking
good.
we should do some kind of stream with Mo about
Yeah, we should have Mo on stream, although not for a bit.
support.
Well,
yeah.
what backfired on you was that, and I don't know who else may have been in on it, was, well, if we get my dad a big stamp that puts it out there, you know, his name out there, he'll pay attention.
Oh yeah.
And so now
You paid
you
attention
guys
to the
ask- you
stamp.
guys
I mean,
ask who
that
messed up
stamping
that
job is
order.
awesome
I was more worried when I saw the Big Joe stamp on the Expo crate that it was going
on
to be
everything.
Big Joe, but now I guess Mo says, well, who messed up that order? Well, it was Big Joe.
Well, I see a giant stamp that says approved by Big Joe. Okay.
Oh man. I saw in there, what can we do?
Yeah.
Samples of the jerky never happen. The cost of meat is through the roof. Anyways, we don't even do samples at events and stuff like that. It's just,
Yeah,
it's just a cost.
But what can Beard Octane do to improve themselves as a company? Honest answers. You know what it comes to? You know what? Everything hinges on space. Not to spend your money.
Yeah.
Everything hinges on space. Product expansion. We mentioned before the conditioners.
It's a big part of it.
Yeah. Where do you put it? You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, we would love to be a one-stop shop, but where we are right now, it's not feasible.
Yeah. And we always been, I mean, there's a lot going on in the world, no matter which side of the aisle you're on.
Yep.
But all that stuff that happens overseas or anywhere trickles down. So you have to be careful and plan ahead and just be cautious.
But that's
things that you don't think are affected end up being affected. So yeah.
And costs, and we get people all the time, man, I love the discount, but you charge so much for shipping. That is something we do not have.
We do not control the shipping.
I hate paying shipping. You want to complain about shipping, you should see the freight that we have to pay to get stuff in. Like that charge versus the regular consumer shipping. Like, trust me, guys, if there was something that we could do for
it's cheaper for you to buy a forklift than to pay a liftgate charge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But who would have thought that something happened happening half
something
a world away
to do with us.
affects small batch beer company in Colchester, Connecticut.
Yep.
That's what amazes me.
Yeah. So stuff like that, it all has a trickle down effect on you, and we just have to, and I saw a questionnaire about Kerrville, Texas. Yep. Nope. I went there for 2 days, 3 days.
You were there 3 days for the search and recovery.
Yeah, for that piece of it, and then
you went back down later. Yeah.
Yep, went down for that. Anytime there's something, I love Texas, but yeah, I'm sure this year we'll be doing some more stuff with those guys from Intrepid Care. They're always reaching out. They're doing a lot of great things down there, helping, especially like helping first responders and veterans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so that's a big cause that we get behind here at Beard Octane. Locally.
I was going to say there's a lot of stuff that we do as a company
that we do.
Yeah, you don't see. Yeah,
just like military and first responders alone.
Yeah, tons of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just locally.
Just locally.
Yeah.
Locally.
I mean, there's
different veterans groups, stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't think there's no has ever been uttered. Yeah.
No, that's sometimes I would say that's the problem sometimes, but it's just I don't know. We
try to keep it, anything that we do, we try to keep it in the community. Yeah. And we try to keep it, and sometimes that's the local community, but like
also see where it's going to, and that's going to the right cause.
Well, you got to be careful.
Country in Texas, that was actually part of our community. So
we get here all the time.
Well, I mean, not to throw shit, but you got to be careful. And this is from 2 first responders and a veteran, that you got to be careful. You got to do your due diligence,
Yeah.
Hey,
and the reason why the Texas thing, I went there and saw it, and then I was actually a part of the people that Intrepid Care out there. I was part of their camp, and I saw what they were doing and what they continue to do. So that place will have a place in my heart. But like in locally, it's all the organizations with like our dear friends are part of, and then we see where the money goes to, and like the Thanksgiving with the turkeys, that's going to veterans and stuff like that. So, and then Booger Butts, Hudson's minor league team, Courtney's son, got them hooked up this year. Beard Octane represent. So so I told him you better win.
Yeah.
But thank you for that too. Low key, for the most involved beer company out there. We would not be here without you guys. So we've always said it. And
I think what's important, they from streams like this, and the interaction with Ryder, James, Dancy, the rest of your staff, they get a sense of the personality of the company. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know.
We're not the most polished group, but that's the way I like it, because we're real people. Like if you run into Big Joe on the street, like one of his,
I'll stop the sign.
you know,
know?
I mean, what you see on stream is what you get in real
That's
life.
how he really is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, this is us, and that's how I want this company to be, you know. But so, yeah, small batch pickleball tournament. I won't be able to walk the next day.
Oh,
All right, it's almost past. It's about past Holly's
Oh,
bedtime
yeah.
here,
Looks
so
like- oh.
let's
Man,
do
I'm
a
crashing.
giveaway
10 o'clock,
for you
4:10.
guys. I gotta eat.
I was gonna say, which beard straightener are we doing?
We'll do the quarter one.
Okay.
Got a quarter one here, the silver course. If you guys can in the chat, just
See Mo throwing shade.
your brush. I got that
See
going.
Mo.
I had the silver cord one. Yeah, you can get one of these guys. It's good for you. 6 different heat settings, 1-year warranty. 320 is a sweet spot. Don't use it on a dry beard. Boom. If you guys use our heated brush too, let us know in the comments.
Don't use it on a sopping wet beard.
No. Do not do that. So once this falls off the screen, it's a 60-second timer. We'll go ahead and
Yeah.
run for that. Bum, bum, bum.
And if you already have one, feel free to enter and give it to your friend.
Absolutely.
Yep. Pass it on.
Travel brush. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's handy. This one, this compact one has been, and we've been selling that one for a couple of years now, and it's done really well.
Oh, pizza in the oven.
Ooh,
Thank you, dear.
none for me.
Thank you, dear.
Man,
I'll say, wow.
I got big ZD downstairs.
Ooh. All right. Pull this up.
I'm good. I had a hot dog.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I should have brought out? Where the hell did I get it? I think I saw it on Amazon. I had to get it. It's the Oscar Mayer wiener. It's like the
We saw it. We saw it on the house the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
here comes the ADHD
Oh, yeah.
moment. Here comes.
buns. You can put the hot
Yeah.
dogs on it. We should just
Oh,
put
yeah.
that here in the stream and like
There
we're
it
just,
is.
just in the background. We're just
Yeah,
eating hot
I could
dogs.
have brought in
I
some.
promise he will eventually draw this winner.
Shh, talk about hot dogs. That timing.
LDs.
78. Congrats, buddy. Reach out to support at beardoctane.com with a government name and a good shipping address, and we will get that brush out to you. So
We need your
congrats
government name.
on that.
We'll add a Big Joe magnet to all the orders today.
Oh, you just,
Whoa.
just
Yeah.
up the ante on
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
Big Joe
Put
getting
a stack downstairs.
You better, you know what, Big Joe? It'll be best if you put them in a bin and then put a sign next to it.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll put on a piece of paper with a tape. Don't
Some-
forget.
pre-signed ones.
Don't forget Big Joe Magnet.
All right, just real quick, a recap what we got coming up next Thursday. Next week.
Oh,
Yep.
that's next Thursday. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
we have
you're
our
right.
second episode of the Back Bar live stream with James Zapp and Ryder Grooms. Our
Who's the James Zapp guy again?
we should have Nancy on, his girlfriend. She's
Yeah, we should do that.
but no, so that's a cool stream where it's a little bit more back bar talk from master barbers and
You
industry.
want all your burning barber questions. And you
Yeah.
know what? I think you should go to the back bar stream and tell them how much better that stream is than this stream so that I do not have to do this again.
Just for your sake, we're going to do this stream. So, but yeah, definitely tune in for that, guys. If you haven't already, the first one, we're going to try doing this like once a month or so. Great input from those guys, especially from the barbering side of things. So definitely tune in for that. That'll be Thursday, 8 p.m. the Beard Octane YouTube channel. April 9th still.
Yes.
Big Joe's going to get a knee replacement. Oh, somebody asked me, are you getting a ceramic knee or was that you asked?
I asked if you were getting a titanium or a ceramic or what kind of knee replacement you were getting.
I think it's on the femur. It's 2 metal balls.
Okay. All
And
right.
then it fits
Yeah.
into a nylon or ceramic socket.
Yes, that is the type of nerdy, weird question that I would ask. And
Yeah,
that's yeah.
We'll get some beard oil for your.
Hey Mo, do you want us to talk about that? Do you want us to talk about that? I didn't say anything, but do you want us to
Yeah,
talk about
we
Are
want
you
to.
cool? Are you cool with us talking about that?
Oh, he threw it out there.
Yeah, he threw it out there, so I'm
Wait.
thinking probably, but like,
We'll go live when the baby's on its way. We'll go live. All right. Yeah. So Big Joe, I got his doctor's note signed by his physician. So he is, I guess.
Mo says it's cool. Mo says it's cool.
All right. So Mo, let us know what is the due date again. And he has a biscuit in
Mo is becoming a daddy.
Papa Mo. I told him.
You get to keep the old knee.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, Big Mo. Congrats to Mo on that. So that's going to be here before you know it. So I told him, make sure you get that sleep in while you can.
Oh, he's going to be. Oh, look at that. What Courtney said.
Oh, your anniversary date.
April 17th. Yeah.
For you and
So it's anytime in the next 2 to 3
that?
weeks, Mo's becoming a daddy, and we're super excited for him.
His due date's the 17th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, Mo's giving birth on the 17th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mo's gonna pop.
That'd be
live on his TikTok. Oh, giving a review on Doritos. Oh,
so he's definitely going to, even though he doesn't want to admit to this.
even named him after
He
you.
named him after me. I met the guy one time. What an impression I made. Oh.
I can't wait.
Now, if you change Eugene to Gilbert, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, make him the 4th.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've just been calling him Joseph Francis.
It's coming.
Joseph Francis.
The 17th will be 51 years.
51, right?
51.
51 years. Nice.
Yeah. See? Somebody can put up with me for a long time.
But anyway, yeah. So congrats, Mo, and we can't wait.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, maybe we'll have to get Mo on like a pre-baby stream, and then we'll come back. We'll come back like a year
3
later.
day after.
Yeah, get him after. Get him a couple weeks. Get him in that first 6 weeks where he's just nothing makes sense.
Just FaceTime him at 3.
I was gonna say, sleep now, man. Sleep now.
I told him. Yeah, and then so Big Joe, I should put that April 17th. Mo.
Yep.
Delivering. Then
That's awesome.
May 31st, end of May, we have our premier Orlando Expo. Following weekend is Connecticut Barber Expo, and then end of August is going to be San Antonio, and then there's a little bit of time in between. And the last show for actually not the Holiday Expo, but Columbus, Ohio.
Connecticut Barber's only 2 days.
Yeah,
I was going to say, you forgot the New England Christmas Festival.
That'll be. I think it's the
first week
in November.
of November. I think.
Yeah.
First weekend.
So yeah, we've got quite a bit. We have some big headers with that May-June window there. Those are the World Series ones. Those are the big ones. So
yeah, those are big.
We'll crush it. But yeah, we already kind of asked questions.
Yeah, we kind of did this.
And then I think that's all we got.
Woo! Until next year.
Until next year.
Oh, we're in March, so June.
Yeah, we're not going to do it in June. June is so busy.
I'll make time. I'll do it live from the expo.
Yeah, live from the expo.
We'll go live.
Yeah. Do it live.
So, no, over 2 hour stream for Holly. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. This is you guys are just, this is all I've got in me for the next year.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
Yes. And thank you, Holly. I know it's a pain in the butt, but it was
an unusual day for me, so that's why.
Yeah, that's
a little bit
distraction,
a little bit taxing.
But no, we Holly does a lot behind the scenes, and she is a wealth of knowledge and just her viewpoint, if you will. But thank you. I'm sure everyone enjoyed it.
I did.
Thank you. That was the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It pained me to say it.
I'm gonna. Do you want me to tell everyone how I address you when I text you in the morning?
Well, it depends.
I will usually text him either "Good morning, sunshine," when I have to tell him something annoying, which is most of the time, or I will send him "Good morning, Princess Sparkle Farts."
No, she actually got me a Yeti cup.
I got him a custom Yeti cup. It says Princess Sparkle Farts.
Yep.
It's in octane red.
Yep. I enjoy my That's my wine drinking cup.
And I bet you it keeps your wine nice and
does.
temperate. Yes.
It does. It does.
And it doesn't break if you drop it in the hot tub. See, I was thoughtful with this
You are,
gift.
you are very thoughtful.
Yes. No, it is octane red. It is red.
It came full of nuts when you sent it.
It came full of what did I send? Almonds? What did I send? It came full of nuts.
Yeah, you got some nuts too when you got your Christmas.
Yes, for Christmas I got a box of raw pecans.
Nuts are expensive.
Nuts are really expensive.
Yeah, I think I got like a 5-pound bag of nuts and just filled the box instead of packing peanuts.
He filled a box. Yes, this was my Christmas present from Joe was a box of dusty nuts.
Yeah, they were dusty.
They were dusty.
So, what you got, Big Joe?
No, nothing. Learned a lot. Appreciate you having me back. It's been a while.
So if you're on next week, and then that'll probably be your last hurrah before you go out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, unless we do a remote.
We may have to get you set up
we
like
have
that.
to do that now.
Yeah.
Put a green screen behind.
Anyway, just to wrap up some business. If you won on the stream tonight, please email support@beardoctane.com to claim your prize.
That's it. And just recap: Easter sales live, 15% off your oil, butters, and bombs. Use the code AskHolly till midnight for an extra 10% off.
There's a K in Ask Holly, just FYI.
Yep. And then if not, use your beard bucks, save some money, take advantage of it. And then that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank you, Holly.
Thanks for hanging in, guys. It's a long one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, have fun.
You guys got something out of
That's
it.
the longest one.
Enjoyed the show. So with that, guys, we want to cut out of this. What we got for outro?
What good outro do we get this time?
Big Joe.
I got the HR letter.
We just animate it.
Oh, that's a little thing though. All right, we'll just do the boat one for now.
Yeah.
Or we got the Mo.
Oh,
Thanks everybody for having me.
We're
Thanks
doing
for being gentle with me.
All right. Good night,
I'm
everyone.
fragile.
All right, buddy.
Peace out. Good night, guys.
Really? You did that again?
What? It's all the crap you thought we gave away that maybe we didn't give away, and we're just gonna give it away. Guys, if you can, you got 60 seconds. Octane rules in the chat.
60 seconds.
Hashtag Octane rules, get in there. Mystery box, $247.32. And we also need your shirt size when you reach out to support.
Yes, we need your shirt size.
Government name, your shipping address. Boom.
Blood type.
That's it.
Favorite
Shoe
beetle.
size. Got you.
What your fast food order is.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm starving.
The secret password.
We'll throw in some coasters,
Ooh,
magnets.
coasters. I think Core has the boxes already set up so you can drop them right in.
Yeah, I'll put them.
Well, that brings it up to like $800.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna be way
Yeah.
over budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
All right, guys. Here we go. You snooze, you lose.
I gotta
Use or
hand,
lose.
I gotta hand out magnets in the operating room.
Ah.
Yeah, Chris Helly.
Michelle. 1452.
Reach out, support at beardoctane.com with your shipping address, and you won yourself a $247.32 mystery box of stuff that Holly doesn't know that we have. Please include your shirt size
I swear.
and that's it, guys. So
It could
with
be
that,
anything. It could be anything.
with that, oh, there's something else
Oh,
to ask you, Holly.
what?
There was a question. Oh,
I'm not. You're.